改めましてこの度は子どもたちの日本研修旅行にご支援いただき誠にありがとうございます。本日は子どもたちから旅の思い出を皆さんにシェアをさせていただきたいと思います。では。
So when we arrived in Japan, when we arrived on the Kansai airport, I noticed that it was very disciplined. The people really followed the rules and it was very clean. And then there I ate my breakfast. So we ate onigiri and we ate our egg sandwich. It was my first time eating Japanese food. And then I really loved that the onigiri was it's very fresh. Like I could taste the rice, the everything. And then after that we rode the bus going to Osaka, and then there I sightseed everything, the buildings, the landscape, the trees, everything. It was very different from the Philippines. I really love that Osaka is very clean and the people are very disciplined about their trashes. There were no trashes on the road. It was very peaceful as well. There was no noises found in Osaka, and that's all.
So right after we got out of the airport, we went to Jusho Gakuen to attend the school's festival. And their school festival, the students have several booths prepared for us, and it was very fun because we attended some of the booths and we got to interact with Japanese students, and it was very fun, like really fun. And then after that is we went to eat lunch with some of the students there, and the food there was very delicious. It was very different from the Philippines. And then we also noticed that the school is very different from the schools here in the Philippines because one is that they have air-conditioned school, and yeah, I think that's the very big difference between schools in the Philippines and Japan. And yeah, the culture there in their school is just very different from the Philippines, and it was really fun.
So one of the places we visited in Japan is the Osaka Castle, I was really amazed by the architectural design of the castle. Its grand white walls and its golden ornaments really left me in awe. So inside the castle, there was a museum which exhibits samurai armor, ancient weapons, and also scrolls that tells a story. And what fascinated me most was the story behind the two man-made rivers, which is built in defense for the king. And visiting Osaka Castle made me appreciate how much their culture value tradition, beauty, and discipline.
Upon arriving at the venue, which is the Osakan space, we immediately memorize our script just to get the pronunciation correctly. And when we are finally introducing ourselves in front of the guests and sponsors, of course, we were nervous to the point that one of us nearly forgot their script. However, we cannot hide the fact that we were extremely happy and proud of ourselves that we were finally presenting in front of our sponsors in Japan. After the introduction, we really had a good time dancing in front because we were able to show one of our traditional dances here in the Philippines. After that, we were excited on meeting and having dinner together with our sponsors. We were able to share them what we did before our meeting, and we were very happy that we were able to talk with our sponsors face to face. We appreciate their efforts on meeting us and supporting us despite their busy schedule and distance.
After a very long, tiring day, we went to our Airbnb, and the travel was really tiring because we carried our luggage in the trains and walked for about 5 minutes. Upon arrival, we were very relieved by how welcoming the place and its structure. We were very amazed by the house, and we talked about how we would want this to be our own sweet home with all the features and the things inside. We shared thoughts and took a rest eventually.
When we arrived at the expo area on our second day, I felt so excited seeing the colorful flags and modern surroundings. We visited several pavilions, and later on we went to the ones related to our topics. Blue Ocean Dome for the Environment and Sustainability, International Organization Pavilion, and International Red Cross for Health and Peace, Mozambique for Innovation and Technology. And for me, Among the pavilions that we visited, the Japan pavilion stood out the most for their futuristic robots and sustainable inventions. Meeting the Japanese students in person was heartwarming. Our group enjoyed exploring, playing interactive games, and taking photos together.
The Osaka Expo was one of the key highlights of our Japan trip, and we enjoyed them. After visiting the pavilions, my groupmates and I took a rest on some benches, and we prepared for our presentation. Later that night, we went to a different place and we presented our learnings about the expo. We talked about the social issues that both Japan and the Philippines are facing, which are connected to health, sustainability, and the usage of AI. We also included the ways to solve them. It was such an educational journey because we got to learn the opinions and ideas of other Japanese students. We then had dinner, took some pictures, and had a good time together.
On day 3, we went to Studio B&M and met the CEO Ibaraki Shigeru, who used to be a professional rider and was a champion back then. We learned about the studio's history, video filming, and editing, and even experienced voice acting for anime. It was a fun and a memorable experience that we couldn't easily have in the Philippines.
So after that, we went to the takoyaki lab to eat our lunch. We cooked the takoyaki with ourselves. There was a time while we were eating, we decided to eat it with wasabi. And after eating, I said, it was good, but my face shows the opposite. This experience taught us that a significant part of Japanese food culture, takoyaki is a casual and beloved street food. In restaurant style, it promotes a lively and engaged dining experience.
So after our delicious meal at the Takoyaki Lab, we then headed straight to Umeda Sky Building. So the place was very amazing and very beautiful, and so were the number of people lining up to go to the top. The breathtaking view made me completely forgot about my fear of heights, and we had so much fun taking pictures together and just admiring the view. After our brief visit to the Umeda Sky Building, we continued our adventure at the Dotonbori for a bit of shopping time. And as usual, the place was very crowded, and we had to remind everyone to not lose sight of each other. When we were shopping, we were very shocked with the prices and the taxes, so we decided to head to a 100 yen shop instead. So it really tested our budgeting skills, and luckily we were able to buy small gifts for our family. Then we went to Don Quixote, a place where my sponsor, Miss Yuko Nokura, recommended, and it was so crowded that it took us 10 minutes to just find the stairs. One funny moment was when we couldn't decide what to buy because we kept checking the prices and debating whether we really need it or not. And it was such a Filipino moment for me, and we all laughed about it. In the end, we managed to buy practical items that were both affordable and useful. It was such a fun experience for all of us.
Now, I'm thrilled to share to you the highlights of our Day 4 Japan trip. It is a day filled with magic, laughter, and unforgettable memories in Universal Studios Japan. We did a lot of fun things from the past 3 days, but obviously this one is my favorite. In every ride, we learned that adventures are even better when you're with your friends, facing each other's fears, sharing laughter, and turning every moment into a memory.
Most of the rides, we waited for a few hours, but it's really above our expectations and worth it.
After visiting Universal Studios of Japan, we attended an interview with the famous Japanese comedians and TV personalities. Although we were very nervous, at first, our fun interaction eased the tension, making the experience enjoyable and unforgettable. Later, we had dinner at Staminataro with interns, enjoyed great food and laughter, and tried a photo booth, which surprised us with its strong filters and small photos. We ended the day preparing our flight and rest.
So after our trip in Japan, day 5, we realized that upon arriving on the airport, we noticed that how clean and disciplined the Japan is, and it relates to how progressive the country is. So our trip in Japan not only highlights fun and excitement, but also a learning experience. So we learned that how disciplined and clean Japan is. We learned how hospitable the people are, especially during our trip on the USJ and Osaka. The staff were very smiling, very accommodating, and they really felt that we were welcome on their place in Japan. After that, we also learned that Japan is very advanced on technology, especially they showed it on the rides in Universal Studios and of course in the expo.
So overall, people are very disciplined by lining patiently and properly in stations. They also value their time and punctuality.
どうもありがとうございました。